All right, so today we've got the boys out and we are going through vineyards, getting broken posts out. So two guys in the gator in the front are kind of pushing the posts as they go by. Mario's behind them. If they need to, they'll break this. If these move, they'll break them off, take the staples out, throw them on the back of the trailer. So means put the wood in a burn pile, and they will slide a new wood one back in, re-staple it, and ready to go. Metal ones, there's a real bad bent one. They got to take the metal off, take these clips off real quick, which ain't too bad, and then taking the metal out, slide a new one in, re-clip it, and they're good to go. They already did all the end posts and the guide wires, so all that good stuff's done. Now they're doing interiors. Maybe got another day or two of this, and then hopefully we're gonna get planting here. So kind of wait for some of this to dry, though. We're gonna look how wet it is in the back. All right, it's nice and wet. So they just got a new metal one. They can just push it right in. You got these little clips, so they come around on this back side, and you just clip it around here, pull here, then you have a little screwdriver, and you just wrap it around. Clips it right on in. I'm sure glad it's sprinkling again. My mud puddles were getting empty. Well, what do you know? We had an unexpected rain, so we're spraying. Just coming up for scab right now. Actually, just left an auction from over here. I bought a little water pump, and lo and behold, I went to pull it. Engine seized, so bad auction buy. It's the one thing I bought, only like 150 bucks, but man, they got me. All right, so we are marking in the mud. All right, got a little wiggly in the mud back there, but so far, for the most part, it's making a pretty nice line. Alright, so I mean, it's definitely wet. Is this the perfect time to be doing this? No, but I don't really have a choice anymore. It's not drying up. We got more rain coming tonight. You know, to me, the longer these trees don't go in the ground, the less growth we're gonna get. So they just gotta go in by next week, and I want to get this truck back to my cousins. I don't want to just have it sitting here doing nothing. So we're gonna get these things marked. Well, they have 12 rows back here to do, so we're gonna hop out real quick and make sure we're keeping that spacing, right? So far we're pretty good, off a couple inches here and there. This is SF1, so this is an RTK, so it'll be as close as we can get. I went off for an AB line down this row, and then we're just kind of following off of that. We measured off of that row, which wasn't planted with GPS, so it may not be 100%, but the last row on this will be. So for the next side, we should be able to get a pretty good reading off of it. And then we also GPS'd our first row, so this will be our first row where the first tree will go. And then we just did a few spacing every 6 foot. These are gonna go every 3 foot, so like the tree will go here, one in the middle here, one in the middle here. Should be another line here, so technically there'll be 1, 2, 3 that'll go in between here. I'm gonna make a few random lines throughout here just to keep us on track, but to mark it all like this, I just did this just to make sure our measurements are right, but to mark it all like that would just be way too many lines. So these are all Honeycrisp right here. These are planted 3x12. What we're putting here is 10 rows of galas on 3x11. So we're going a foot shorter. I just think we were wasting some room on the 3x12. Maybe 3x11 is too close, but we'll find out. And then we're putting 2 more rows of Honeycrisp on the edge on B10, just to get an idea of what these different honey roots are doing. These all over here on G11. I got a couple rows of B9 up front, and then we're gonna finish off to the road in B10s, and maybe on this north side when we plant, we'll do some G41s in a few years. Because I've heard a lot of good about that rootstock with honeys, so give it a shot. So technically we're about halfway through. I don't know how to turn that paint map off, so it's just gonna stay there. So we have 6 more passes to make back here. Then we'll go back into fields, and under Kugel Gala, we'll actually go into tracking mode, and we'll do Kugel Gala, but I have Gala headlands, which will get me going east to west. Right now we're running north-south rows. These are the actual rows the apples are gonna be in. And then we'll run some crossings just so we keep up, so we have an idea that we're doing the right thing when we're playing. breakfast of champions. So you saw us marking rows last night, and today was gonna be the day. We were gonna head out, start getting planting. And then last night had it was like a pop-up shower, and we got about another ½ inch of rain. So that's gonna postpone that for probably a few days now, but we do have some warm temperatures coming. Hopefully some of that rain pushes back a little bit on Tuesday. We're gonna hope. So all the sprayers are really dirty right now and need a really good cleaning. And the shop is still dirty from that flood, but we got some stuff coming this week, and I want you guys to see some of the stuff we're gonna use and how it's gonna clean this thing up pretty nice, hopefully. Well, we're gonna let some ground dry out. We're gonna push the plant off until Monday, but right now we're spraying some peaches, fighting the wind. But we had another cold event last night, and not really sure what it affected. I don't think it hurt the peaches or the apples. The peaches are starting to fall off a little bit, but not from this past freeze. Grapes, we'll reevaluate those tomorrow when it warms up a little bit. Get a little push in that growth. And hopefully get that weed sprayer looked at today, because bloom is off on the trees. You can't weed spray during bloom. So bloom's off, so this is time to go. Yeah, we're gonna give this the rest of tomorrow, so hopefully Monday we'll be in here planting. Tomorrow's supposed to be in the 60s, 20-mile-an-hour winds. This should start to dry out pretty nice. Hopefully some of that little water goes down. You can see where when I marked it, it was a little muddy, so I think the second one's the worst. I don't think this first row is. No, first row went through pretty good. Second row got a little wobbly. Well, GPS got a little wobbly. Third row's not bad, so second row, we can make it through that. So we're getting this last spot worked up where the second orchard is going to be planted this year. Just running the fiber shank over at once with that rolling arrow on the back. I'm ready to get it marked here soon. Dad's come out and start staking flags for my rows. And I'll start staking some flags for my headlands. Got some rain coming. It's a Sunday. I'm ready to get her done. All right, so we're back marking the north-south rows. Everything is worked. I had to redo this line because it's SF1, so the lines I made the other day, no way I was going to come back. So I marked it off this time just to make a random line. And I made 2 passes down there, came all the way over here where I first started working to make sure I was lined up with these trees. And we're right on the money again, so we're going to get these done, mark some east-west rows, and get this tractor back to my cousins. So I'm gonna get this thing lined up and get it switched. All right, we got all the north and south rows marked up here now. Dad's in there right now marking the headlands, and then I will make some east to west rows. So these are 18 foot apart. Why do we go so wide? This orchard's 18 foot apart, and this will just make a 10-acre straight block of all 18 foot. So it just makes it easier for sprayers, mowing, not having a bunch of blocks all split up. All right. So now for this one, we're gonna keep this all the same. We'll keep the field the same too. Well, we're gonna go back to leave it on straight track. We're gonna set a new track. This is on north and south rows right now, so we'll make a new one. We'll make it east, west rows. And then now we'll switch our track spacing to what we want the trees to be at, which we want 8 feet. Accept. All right, now we're all set. So now all we got to do is make the AB line. So we'll get the rest of these flags set up. We'll set point A. Then I'll run it as straight as I can to where Dad's got some of those flags down there. Set B, and we should be good to go. All right, now we're running the east to west rows. Just like that, we got a little checkerboard. So we can follow. And then our tree spacing we're gonna make is actually gonna be 8 foot. So I can't remember exactly how many trees per row I'm gonna have, but we're gonna make 8-foot marks east and west very lightly. Very lightly. All right, got it all marked out. Taking the tractor back to my cousins. So that's gonna do it for this video, guys. See you in the next one.